We're talking to the wild child.
Hey, say my name.
Say your name. Okay. Well, I just want to know what's the general landscape for the Nigerian entertainer? What's it looking like back home?
Well, there are several ways you could look at it. You could think of it that it hasn't. You could see it in a bad light to say it hasn't gotten to where it is in the U.S. or where it is in the U.K. And so it's not developed yet. But I'd rather see it from the other angle, where every industry in a developing market is a great industry because you can make of it what you want. You can send it where you like it to go. So with for and to say entertainers generally, if I'm just looking at various industries, I'd say for the musicians, it started to become something more interesting because now they are making some money. There's a lot to do with fighting piracy. For the actors, I think there's so much that can be done with our acting industry and the movie industry. We can set a pace for ourselves, and we can decide this is what we want to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to be like the US, we don't have to be like the UK, we don't have to be like Bollywood either,
Mm-hmm.
because we can set standards for ourselves in the
The
acting
unique.
industry. You
Mm-hmm.
know, for instance, America, you can't really sell movies without sex, violence, and strong language. Yeah, if it's going to be a good movie, it's usually has one of the three. Yeah, but we could decide to take it another angle and make something out of our own, out of Nollywood, our movie industry in Nigeria. And then for other entertainers, comedians, compares, public speakers, I think the market is so full. There's so much to do and so many things to do with it that I'd say it's great. The horizon is bright for entertainers in Nigeria.
That's very exciting, especially for those of us who are trying to patronize Nigerian artists, as those of us who live abroad.
Yeah,
We're desperately searching and seeking the entertainers we have at home because obviously they remind us of home,
yeah,
and that only can help to make us feel good and better about ourselves.
yeah,
Um, but I wonder, you touched on piracy.
yeah.
I'm wondering what is the system like in Nigeria for artists when they make
Truthfully,
their yeah.
truthfully, right now there isn't a system for piracy. The money involved is huge, and the government hasn't paid as much attention as they should to what's going on with the industry. So you find an artist comes out and he has a great song, and what will naturally happen is if he has a serious record label, they will be in touch with people who used to pirate the music before, who have tried to go legit over time. What they do now, these people who used to pirate the music before, is they offer the artist some money to buy it off their hands. If they really like it, it could be. If they don't like it that much, it may be about, let's say, a million naira. If they really, really like it, it could be into tens of millions for
Mm-hmm.
the work the artist has done for his intellectual property. The sad part about that is, if he agrees to sell, he makes no money from the resale of the property. So
No
no
future
matter how
profits.
much they sell, he doesn't get more than what he's got from the marketer. So it's sad. The government isn't doing anything about it. They're not fighting the people. They haven't really clamped down on these
Pirates.
pirates. So people aren't getting the true value
Mm-hmm.
for their work out there. So it is sad. I don't think there is a system in place really, taking care of who's duplicating this music, who's bootlegging, who's selling off the side of the road. So it's sad they're not getting what they're worth
I
right now.
was in the Caribbean this summer, and everywhere I went, they were watching Nigerian movies. And in fact, I was being accosted because I didn't bring
Bring
Nigerian
any.
movies with me. And I found it very interesting that most of the movies were bootleg. It's amazing. It seems the market is has definitely expanded beyond the shores of the African continent.
Definitely has.
But I guess that's what you're talking about,
Yeah.
piracy. What is going on? And it seems there's no
With the
protection
movie
at
industry,
all.
it's just the same as the music industry. You find that there are marketers and people who have they're the guys who put the music and the movies out there. They have the distribution. No other person, no other organization in Nigeria is able to distribute the way these marketers do. So
Mm-hmm.
for the artist, it's a quick way to get your money back. For the actor, for the guy who was making that movie, it's a quick way to get that money for all the effort you put in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also very sad because it stopped the industries from really really growing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, you find that they shoot these movies in maybe 2 weeks, and
Mm-hmm.
that's very very strange that they're able to do that because to really really make a good movie, it takes so much time and effort
Mm-hmm.
and viewing and reviewing and all of that. So you find that there are all sorts of silly mistakes in all these movies. So the standards drop because the marketer has 3 million naira. He wants to make another 10 or 15 million naira. So he says to these guys, okay, go and make a movie with this 3 million naira. Don't overshoot the budget. Just do 3 million naira. They shoot the movie for 3 million naira, and he goes out and he sells it for 10. And then another guy comes in and has an idea. He's like, okay, I'll give you 3 million naira to shoot it, and that includes everything from cameras, artists, cost for location, and everything. You know, shoot within this budget, and then I'll remake it. But nobody's really investing into the. It's a money spinner right now. Nobody's really investing into the industry. So you find that they're not making any higher standard movies.
Gotcha.
Nobody wants to shoot on 35 mm. Nobody wants that's celluloid. Nobody wants to shoot on and make films. They have all these home videos out there. So it's really sad because people obviously want to know about Nigeria. They obviously want to know about our culture, our stories,
Desperately.
our ideas, and the Nigerians in diaspora. There's so many that they're hungry for home,
Yeah.
and there's obviously a market for them for Nigerian movies, not home videos, movies. But then nobody's tapping into it. Nobody's making nobody's satisfying that need right now. Right now, we're all just spending money, you know, with the home videos out there.
So tell us, what are you spinning on the radio back home?
Well, I'm an entertainer. I tell people I'm not a music presenter per se. I'm not like most DJs here you have in America or even in Nigeria, who are just music gurus who know the things that are going on in the music industry with various artists and things like that. I'm an entertainer.
Okay.
I think because I try to cater to people who are like me. I didn't like the radio before I started working on the at the radio station. I didn't like the radio because you'd listen to radio and there was news and there was music and people talking about artists that you didn't really care about. I mean, I don't really care where Jay-Z buys his jewelry. I don't really care about what Beyonce is doing with who. I don't really care about who's divorcing who. That stuff doesn't do it for me. I'm not that kind of person. So, yeah, it's interesting sometimes, but you know, not on a daily basis. So my show is strictly entertainment. There's no music, or rather there's no news, there's no information per se. It's just strictly entertainment. The music goes on throughout all of it. We play the music for you to enjoy because everybody likes good music. But then there's no news, no information. Don't come to listen to my show to learn anything. You just come to have fun, entertain you.
And where can we
Get
find
home
you in
from work.
Nigeria?
On Rhythm 93.7 every weekday, apart from Thursday in the evenings mostly, and Wednesday morning. Also on Mnet Studio 53 on Sunday and Thursday. Sunday, Thursday, and one other day of the week that I'm not sure about.
Well, clearly you're a busy man and you're doing a great job keeping us entertained. Thank
I
you
do
so
my
much.
best.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you.
Great.